up everyone? I am John Enario from BSED Science 2, and for the content of this video is I am going to make a simple DNA model. So it's called simple because I only use the materials that is available at home. So I think let's start in 3, 2, 1. DNA, or deoxyribonucleic acid, is a molecule that contains a biological instrument and make each species unique. DNA, along with the instruction it contains, is passed from the organism to their offspring during the reproduction. In an organism called eukaryotes, DNA is found in a special area of the cell called the nucleus. Because the cell is very small and because organisms have many DNA molecules per cell, DNA molecule must be tightly packaged. And this packaged form of the DNA is called the chromosome. In sexual reproduction, organisms inherit half of their nuclear DNA from the male parent and half from the female parent. However, organisms inherit all of their mitochondrial DNA from the female parent. This occurs because only egg cells and not sperm cells keep their mitochondria during fertilization. So what is DNA made of? DNA is made of chemical building blocks called nucleotides. These building blocks are made of 3 parts: a phosphate group, sugar group, and one of the 4 types of nitrogen bases. To form a strand of DNA, nucleotides are linked into chains with the phosphate and sugar group alternating. So the 4 types of nitrogen bases found in nucleotides are adenine. So this orange color is adenine, then this green is thymine, and the blue is guanine, and the red is cytosine. So the order of sequence of these bases determines what biological instructions are contained in a strand of DNA. So for example, the sequence ETCGTT might instruct of blue eyes, while ETCGCT might instruct for brown. So the complete DNA instruction book or genome for a human contains about 3 million bases and about 20,000 genes on 23 pairs of chromosomes. What does DNA do? So DNA contains the instruction needed for an organism to develop, survive, and reproduce. To carry out these functions, DNA sequence must be converted into message that can be used to produce proteins, which are the complex molecules that do most of the work in our bodies. So each DNA sequence that contains instructions to make a protein is known as a gene. The size of a gene may vary greatly, ranging from about 1,000 bases to 1 million bases in humans. So genes only make up about 1% of the DNA sequence. DNA sequence in regulating when, how, and how much of protein is made. And that would be all for my explanation about the DNA model.